Joining me now are Dr. David Awurawo of the Department of History and Strategic Studies at the University of Lagos and Dr. Derin Ologbela of the Department of Political Science at the same university for this discussion. Gentlemen, thank you for being here, Dr. Awurawo. Dr. Ologbela, thank you. You've heard the latest that's happened. The ZANU-PF has sacked Robert Mugabe as leader of the party and Grace Mugabe as leader of the women's wing. What do you make of what's going on?
Well, thank you very much for inviting us. What's going on in Zimbabwe and in the world generally is that dictators cannot last forever. Robert Mugabe started in 1980 in government, and 37 years later is still there until November 14th, when the military moved on him. Now, the military in Zimbabwe, they are like a wing of the ZANU-PF party, you know. And you know, ZANU-PF was a revolutionary party that challenged the minority government of Smith in Rhodesia, and you know, more or less through the Lancaster House Agreement, they settled. Ian Smith went away, and Mugabe came into power, and there were other parties that time against ZANU-PF. But gradually over the years, Robert Mugabe became a dominant personality within ZANU-PF and more or less marginalized others who fought along with him in the revolution to establish the state of Zimbabwe, you know, post Ian Smith. What is happening now is that a house divided against itself. The ZANU-PF can no longer watch Robert Mugabe and his family to dominate the political terrain, especially with the removal of Emerson, who was the vice president, and him going away into exile. That provoked the present situation in Zimbabwe. That's the setting.
Dr. Awurawo, did you think that the military needed to come in at this time, or do you think, you know, they could have come in a bit earlier, or that this situation could have gone a different way without the involvement of the military?
Well, Mugabe, we must understand the context. Mugabe was a freedom fighter, and many of these people who have turned against him now, they fought together. And so they were always going to tolerate Mugabe for a long time. He was seen as the leader, the father, the organizer, the administrator. And so they were always going to, you know, tolerate him for a long time. But 2,500 years ago, Aristotle wrote and said, the stability of all regimes is corrupted by the corrosive power of time. Mugabe's case was complicated by the fact that not just time, not just that a long time has passed, the country is destroyed. I just wonder whether Mugabe and the people around him even think about the welfare of the ordinary Zimbabwean. From that time that this land grab, you know, land reform started, the economy simply collapsed. And it seemed that they didn't even bother much about, you know, how to reverse the, you know, depression into which the economy of the country went. So it could have come earlier, but one could understand why they tolerated him for a long time. But of course, Mugabe didn't also know when to stop.
Do you think there were people have been a bit, or rather Mugabe had been disillusioned about what was going on, you know, with the involvement of his wife?
Yes, I think that's the angle that really brings the power that be in Zimbabwe in coalition with Mugabe. Because you see, the revolutionaries who fought for the liberation of Zimbabwe from the white minority rule never anticipated that Mugabe will propel his wife from a stage of, I will say, secretary to the stage of being women leader, and then to become anything other than an ordinary member of ZANU-PF.
I heard you say typist when he was talking. You think she was overambitious? Or?
Certainly she was overambitious. You know, Zimbabwe's independence was won, you know, along revolutionary lines. And there were many people who fought along with, you know, Mugabe. She just came from nowhere, got into the picture, so ostentatious, so ambitious, not knowing when to stop, and then even having the ambition of becoming the president. You know, the old guard has been saying something that Mugabe is contradicting himself. That Mugabe had always said that the person that will succeed him must be one of those who fought along with him. But Grace does not belong to that category. She just came from nowhere, not knowing where to stop, wanting to succeed her husband. That is more than being overambitious.
Now, the military, of course, decided to take matters into their own hands, confining Mugabe to house arrest since Wednesday. Yeah. And then now they're negotiating with him on terms of his stepping down. Do you think this could have happened any other way?
No, it could not have happened any other way. Because, you see, the military is part and parcel of ZANU-PF. All the top position in the Zimbabwean military are held by ZANU-PF members. It's like a one-party state, really. But the people in the military, that's why they have not cooled Mugabe for so long. There's nobody in the military that's not a member of ZANU-PF, especially the top ranking. So the military saw this as an opportunity to probably teach him a lesson, not killing him, number one. So it was a bloodless, I would say, palace coup of a kind.
Even they refuse to agree that it is a coup.
Yes, you know, it's just terminology. But what they are saying is that we are a member of the party. We have come to the decision that your overzealousness, you are overdoing everything, and we are going to put a stop into it. Now agree to these terms or look at these conditions that we are putting before you. And what they are saying is that go away gracefully, quietly, otherwise. And you know the military have the dominant use of force, legitimate use of force. And the people seem to be behind them.
Do you think Mugabe will see this as a betrayal? I mean, he's always had the military in his pockets, and they have helped to quell and discourage,
yes,
oppositions,
yes,
against the government. Morgan Changara is a perfect example of that.
Yes.
Well, he flew into the country when Mugabe was eventually, confined to house arrest.
Yes, he will see it as a betrayal. He never expected. You see, the fact that he went to the extent to which he went was partly because of the confidence he had in the military that they couldn't do what they have now done. He will certainly see it as a betrayal. And you could also see that he's even resistant to the conditions they are presenting to him.
And they've been very respectful.
From the pictures it's unprecedented in Africa.
Exactly.
That a military group will seize power the way they've done and then try to negotiate with someone they've clearly toppled. And the person is resisting. The person is even giving conditions.
Yes.
It's unimaginable.
No, but it's also expected because, you see, the ZANU-PF, they are comrades, they are brothers with Mugabe. Despite his excesses, they still believe he's a good leader, he's a good man. It's just he have outstayed his welcome and that he must go now.
I think it's yet to be seen if he's a good man, because over the next few days are going to be very crucial. They're giving him until Monday noon to step down as president. So we wait to see what will happen.